What up, homies? Welcome to episode 25 of our Disco Elysium playthrough. How do you feel about poking around at a dead, decomposing man some more so we can fill out an official field autopsy form? Cause that's what we are doing today. As a little appetizer to the disgusting shit, we first talk to racist number 1 and ask him to take the corpse down from the tree, and then we go to racist number 2 to talk about that alleged drug trafficking business that Joyce mentioned. And then it's off to Disgusto land as we meet back up with the corpse and obviously Kuno and Kuno S once again to perform that autopsy. Foolishly, Kim lets us fill out the form while he does the actual nasty stuff and he doesn't even check what we wrote down, so room for some creative expression. Thanks for coming by and enjoy! We got a new skill point, right? Yeah, we're not gonna use that. Did we finish the thought? No, 15 minutes. And, okay, it's not that door. We're gonna go to that basement. So first of all, go to the big guy, ask him for help to get down the hanged man. Yay, back at this guy again. What up?
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
Sure. Everard told you to help us get the body down from the tree.
So it was. My unpromising race pupil entered the harbor and used my superior to give me orders. I salute your cunning and will remove the body from the tree with my bare hands.
You're so noble, Measurehead.
Sure.
There's a but while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you. Both of you.
Lieutenant, what if we don't want to do that? Okay then, wait here while measure how it goes. No way, we're not going to do that. Back off. Lieutenant, what if we don't want to do that?
This is the uncomfortable result of not taking it down ourselves. I can live with a compromise.
This opens up a million possibilities for him to fuck around with that corpse, take something, steal something, whatever. I don't see any other options
your
here.
Little friend, he is wise in his childlike way. His mysterious race may yet prove fierce competition to my heroic haplogroup.
Okay then, wait here while Measurehead goes. No way, we're not going to do that. I don't see any other options. We can't do it ourselves because we are frail and weak, not very powerful. We tried shooting it down. That didn't work as well. We're just gonna do it now.
Babe, see that they stay here the whole time.
Why is he walking with a limp if he's so superior? Damn! Through the fence? And into the wall. Okay.
The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves.
So, you guys are like cops or something?
Why are you with Measurehead? Yeah, with the law around here? Apparently so. We're just trying to keep things from going to shit.
Have you ever thought that maybe things should go to shit? I'm Katya, by the way.
You hear that? That sound. He's breaking something.
Is he breaking the tree?
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it.
I also wish I could see it. I don't. I've seen enough of that dead body already. I also wish I could see it. Can we trick her into going there?
Look at you! RCM rent-a-cops! Guarding that bridge like Everett's lapdogs! Is this where it's at now? The RCM is for sale!
And who are you? What is your business here? Why are your clothes 4 sizes too small for you?
I'll work with whoever I want. Yes, I'm an unbelievable corrupt cop. I am corrupt every opportunity I get. That's none of your business. I'll work with whoever I want, I guess.
Shrill laughter interrupts you, echoing across Martinez. It's Kuno. Then, the man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him.
Which man? The scab leader. Superior race doesn't give a fuck about guardrails or whatever.
The corpse has been removed from the tree. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with Ray's victory today.
There has been no side choosing. We did what we had to do to keep order. Thank you for your cooperation, Measurehead. Yeah, second one. I don't like this keep order thing.
Farewell, ham sandwich. You are a Union man from now on.
Alright. Leave.
We still need to get into the harbor. We need help with the tree situation. There must be another way.
Are you sure? Alright. Thought.
Jamais vu. Derealization. Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is a fundamental question.
Bonuses. +1 XP for every orb clicked. All intellect learning caps raised by 1. Okay, I like that. So I guess we do unlock a new skills, a new thought slot and do this. I know that I should actually keep one of those up so we can retry checks, but you know, I want to research this now. We've waited already so long. All right, cool. Internalize that shit. Now we have -1 rhetoric for close to 5 hours. Alright, let's see what this guy actually did. And then we can also go to that... oops, my bad. To that... locked door that we've been given a key now to. We also never actually talked to the truck drivers. We should do that. Let's see if he has something else to say now.
Right to work!
Okay, nothing. This is pretty much the only truck driver I can see here.
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Maybe. You're a lorryman, right? What's your stance on drugs?
Drugs? They're shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body.
He takes a long drag on his cigarette. His body is a temple. Eats butter right as a stick. Why not?
You know where that shit comes from? Sarah Miriza, Safre, Ilmara. They take the money from our local junkies here and then use it to outcompete us in the manufacturing sector.
So that's why he's against drugs, because they come from outside? Because, again, his nationalist racist shit?
They know they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage, racial economic sabotage.
There's your in. Take his side in this particular fight.
Hold on, but they make Al Ghul, alcohol in El Mara too. I was told they do. So, I take it you're not smuggling drugs out of Martinez? Listen, I agree. It's our responsibility to keep this poison off the streets of Revachol, right? That's all I needed to know. Now let me ask you something. I think I'm gonna go for this. Because, yeah, I am all for keeping the poison off the streets. And maybe this opens him up to talk to us. And maybe he has some hint at who we should actually talk to. So, yeah, I'm gonna go for that. Although I don't like, agreeing with this guy.
He eyes you warily, unsure how to respond. This goes on for about 2 seconds. Then, damn, it didn't work. You should have signaled you're a nationalist before.
Okay.
I don't know shit. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
I feel like we should maybe, or I should, think about how we want to do things like that in the future. We are trying to stay pretty true to a certain agenda here, but if we're going for the suggestion drama rhetoric theme or roleplay, we should probably actually try to lie more to these people and, you know, like this quest now told us, actually, at least towards this guy, seem like we are actually as nationalistic as he is, so he opens up to us more. Same thing with the other things. I mean, we probably actually did that with the race theory stuff up there with Measurehead. So we probably should do more of that and not just rely on pure suggestion rolls on lying, but, you know, play it a little bit smarter to actually get those rolls, maybe. Alright, so then, what are you still hanging around here for? Most other communers have left.
What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately. It's those little kips sneaking around at night. If they touch my stuff, the bosses will be on my ass like ass cancer.
The bosses will be on my ass like ass cancer.
There was a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby.
I did see one lorry with the trailer doors open on my way here. Do you know what happened?
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved this country. We were having a good debate about genetics at the Wheeling in Rags when some kip boys smashed his lock and took damn near everything. Lost his fucking job over it. Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to.
Oh, so sad. Racist ham guy doesn't have any other racist ham guy to talk to.
If they were getting drunk inside the Whirling in Rags, how could they know who broke into the lorry?
If you all were at the Whirling, how do you know it was Kipts who broke into the lorry? Bad for him, I guess. Serves him right. Sure, let's just push him.
What? Aren't we allowed to say that it's the Kips who do all the stealing around here? That's not rotor science, man.
Oh my god. If it's not you, then who's running drugs through Terminal B?
Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealang, that beady-eyed South Samaran. His little side business is a scam. I wouldn't be surprised if he was peddling drugs as well.
Who's that?
He's a Samaran guy who likes to pretend he's some kind of businessman. Really, he's just selling his employer stuff. Stuff he stole after he broke the seals on his Humanox lorry.
Where do I find him?
Just follow the smell. It smells like apricot and oil when you're nearby.
The lorryman lets out a raspy croak at his own sense of humor.
Yes. Where is he?
Looks like I offended your partner there. Too bad. Sealang's usually a little bit south of here, near the canal. You can't miss him. Just watch yourselves.
I assume this means we have to wait until we can actually cross the canal by operating that bridge.
His tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood. He's your man, all right? 100%.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until we've heard what Sealang himself has to say.
Guess we need to pay Sealang a visit then.
Guess so.
We're done for now. Alright, what about that other guy? We talked to another truck driver down here at this truck. Is he still there? Yeah, he is. Alright. What up, my guy?
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
You seem like a man who knows about drugs. Locked. What do you see in his eyes? An empathy check. Okay.
Ah, man. Me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know? But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
Is that a hint that this guy has the same voice actor as the beatnik guy and they actually kind of look similar, just from different, let's say, races? Disappearing into race theory now. Feels like there's a connection, but maybe that's just me making that up.
Just be straight with him.
And do you finance those other addictions with drug trafficking? I need to get high and I'm looking for a dealer. Let me be straight with you. I'm trying to figure out who's smuggling drugs out of Terminal B. Yeah.
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration.
Wait, then why are you still hanging around? Who do you think could be conducting the drug trade then?
Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
Okay.
We wouldn't say he's lying, sire.
Didn't seem to. Okay, that's all for now. I like this empathy check. Maybe we go for an empathy skill point. Alright, anyone else that we could talk to? I don't think so. Is this the truck with the spilled crates? Guess it is, huh? Alright. How much cash do I have? 10 bucks. Uh-oh. For now we can't pay for... Ooh, hi. How do I talk to you? Doesn't matter. We can't pay for a night here. Kuno's fucking electricity. 20,000 volts. Kuno volts. Thanks, Kim. What the hell? What up?
You missed a good show before. A kid came by and completely fucked the tree to pieces.
He fucked the tree up! Fucked it good! It was porno!
Jesus. Stop using the K word. It belongs in the past. Yeah, like this guy will listen to us. Total retards use language like that. Congratulations, Kuno. You just made yourself a retard. Kind of like that. Oh yeah, kids. Not an approval. But don't you mean desert? Kipped? Oh my god. Wish I could have been here to see it. Now I have some questions. Yeah. Get on, bitch.
Stop choking, Kuno! The faggot has got you in a chokehold!
Jesus Christ, man.
Kuno's not fucking choking.
He grabs his throat like he's choking. Choked you out there. Serves you right, using reactionary shit. Alright, simmer down. I think we all learned our lesson. No, we're gonna push him further.
Like fuck you did. Kuno's gonna keep saying kipped forever now. Kipped.
He only gets 2 kips out before he coughs.
Shit. The fuck did you want anyway? You got your fuck bag down. Now let's talk normal shit.
You got your fuck bag down? Okay. Oh, now you want a normal conversation, huh?
Yes. Kuno wants a normal conversation. Ask normal shit, please.
28% empathy. We're not gonna do that now. Hopefully I can remember to do that. I talked to Manana about the armor.
So?
He raises his eyebrows, projecting aggressive indifference.
You should thank him.
Nothing. The tip really paid off. Good job, Kuno. Who told me you promised to sick the pigs on him? He said thank you. Wasn't too keen on chasing down that armor anyway. He said you're now the king of the entire Jamrock? You should thank him. Should I? I mean, if it's a suggestion success roll, I guess I probably should. So that's pretty much that here. And he said to thank you. Wasn't too keen on chasing down the armor anyway. First one.
What? Don't be playing Kuno off as a snitch bitch.
Mm-hmm.
The oldest trick in the book, people.
Are you snitching, Kuno?
Oh shit. Kuno as a sus of Kuno.
This is some ancient bullshit, people. Kuno would rather take 10 than snitch. Pigs full of shit. Get the fuck out of here.
You found a real nice button to push. Turned the tables on him.
Nice.
You're a little bit closer now to understanding this kid.
Ooh, Kuno the snitch. Nice. We gotta get more empathy things here. I'm really interested in this now. I am not exactly a fan of, fucking this kid over, because he is just a result of his environment, and look what his fucking environment is. So, I'm not gonna push him too hard, but it seems like he needs a little bit of pushing to get back to normalcy. Cool. Gotta look out for empathy close. I'm off.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Sure, my guy. Alright. I guess we fuck around with this,
The corpse lies on
Dead
the
man.
ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch. It's gently laid on one side.
Beautiful. Wipe a tear from your eye? Well, it's down. Celebrate in a more reserved manner. Why would I wipe a tear from my eye? I will do it.
Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy.
70 XP, huh? Gain another skill point. Let's go. A field autopsy?
Yes. 1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue. We are on number 3.
The RCM's 4-phase murder scene processing manual.
The fuck are they on about?
Cop's gonna cut his shit up.
Don't we have someone else for this? A doctor? Don't we have someone else to cut his shit open? Got it. Fuck, I can't not do that.
It's not about cutting. And no, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain, from autopsy to cleanup to social work.
Wait, honorary rank of detective? Yes, I feel like a detective. I don't think I'm a detective. Wait, honorary rank?
An honor and a burden attached to your rank once you've proven yourself able, usually after 5 to 8 years of field work. Mine is lieutenant detective.
Yes, I feel like a detective. I don't think I'm a detective. I mean, is this... We had a bunch of these options now to go for less detective thing or to not accept our role as a cop, which I am for, but this seems weird now. Yes, I feel like a detective. Also feels weird. I'm gonna go for this because it's in line with the other options that we picked earlier.
You are. Your station would not have assigned you on this case if you weren't. Now,
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
First, what exactly is a field autopsy? Tell me something. Dead man? Try to remove the dead man's boots. Can't do that once while he is still here. What exactly is a field autopsy?
come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Mundi, is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single, Et puis descend, to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea.
Why don't you know? Why don't you know, the encyclopedia? What use are you? Clap your gloved hands. Let's get in there. Yeah, let's get back to this later. What did you know?
You must have me confused with the Copperpedia.
Who's the Copperpedia? I think I need to talk to him.
You, sir, you are the Copperpedia.
Shit. Clap your gloved hands. Let's get in there.
There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves.
Oh,
However,
yeah.
They are lacking hygienically. I suggest you get in there in limited capacity.
Alright, I don't know. What do you mean?
I mean when I need you to. Until then, I should handle physical contact, and you should take notes.
Sure. You just fill this in, right? Show him the red field autopsy form in your ledger. I feel like there's an opening here now to fulfilling that get all the armor pieces quest. Because if we are the ones filling out some kind of form, we can fill out wrong shit so it doesn't, you know, get noticed that there is boats, for example, are still on there. And we can take them and nobody will bat an eye. Let's see.
That's right.
You knew it because you inspected your ledger. The lieutenant is relieved you know the protocol.
Open your ledger at the field autopsy form. Tell me something, dead man. I kind of want to do that. Maybe he has something to say here.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
Oh, never mind. Just the same stuff. Never mind.
Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
Sure. Open your ledger at the field autopsy form.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with
Begin. First assistant. Let's jump ahead to the 3-part summary. Let's pause this autopsy. Begin.
That's you.
Write the initials HDB, word Harry Dubois, leave it empty. I guess we should write our full name here. Should we? Maybe we shouldn't, because that's too clear of a hint that we did this. Let's write the initials.
The corpse is indifferent to your scribblings, just lies there. The next box says
Coroner's case number
KK57-0803.0815.
KK equals Kim Kitsuragi. 57 equals Precinct 57, followed by his date 0803 and time of arrival 0815 on the scene. He's indexed the case after himself, not you. That's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials.
Shouldn't we file the coroner's case under me? Technically, I arrived at the scene before you. Write it down. If we are trying to be a little bit shady here by actually getting these boots, it might be best to have that thing connected to him. Although that would be the basic option here, or probably the standard option to go for if we didn't know about our own initials now. If we'd managed to get that guy down here without talking to Everard. I think I'm gonna write it down.
Next.
Name.
NA. Next.
Date of birth.
NA.
Age.
Roughly 50.
Right, around 50.
The corpse looks ageless, like meat on a hook.
Race.
Mondial.
Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola of Mwindi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish.
Write it down.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Sex.
Fucky, fucky!
Of course. Continue.
Male.
Pigs can have sex!
Right, fucky. Right, male, right, pig's gonna have sex. How can I not go for fucky? Because if we fuck up this autopsy report, there's a chance that it can't be filed and this guy will lay longer here because someone has to refile that shit. Talking myself into picking this. Who am I kidding? Right, fucky.
Naively, the lieutenant does not double-check your notes.
El bigo mistako, Lieutenant!
Date of death.
We're still going with March 4th, 51. What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
Evidence of treatment.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
A strange word. Treatment.
What exactly is treatment anyway? I'm not sure. Didn't the footprints look like he was carried over? Agreed, no treatment. I'm not sure. What's next? What exactly is treatment anyway?
Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
Wait, yeah, we did it. Find out about that.
Don't overdo it. It's okay to be unsure.
think I'm gonna go for this. I'm not so sure. Didn't the footprints look like he was carried over?
They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for untrained dog walkers.
He places his hand on the dead man's chest as if in preparation.
Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then, somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosenkrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed.
A small corpse no longer than a monkey. Are we talking about a kid?
Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else. And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today, 42 stations of breath.
We should start the post-mortem.
Turn the page.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
External examination, summary, internal examination, description of injuries. First one.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
He turns the body onto its side to check the underwear label.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
A red-haired thing. Write it down.
The rest of the clothes have been removed post-mortem by scavengers in order to get to the victim's ceramic armor. Officers are in search of the missing pieces. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
It would be clever of you to omit the boots altogether, sire. If you are to keep them for yourself, as you ought to, you have deserved them more than anyone else.
When am I gonna get them? Omit the boots, write it down. When am I gonna get them?
Patience. After the autopsy, before the body is taken away, there will be a window of opportunity. After the lieutenant has gone to sleep. I hope this has helped you, my liege.
So tonight, omit the boots.
The boot has a serial number. It's E50.100.100. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design.
Write it down.
Tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single continuous tattoo, resembling a national pattern. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini.
Write it down.
The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age, about 50. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature, below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
Touch the corpse's hair before moving on. Write it down. Short, light brown, male pattern baldness. Touch the corpse's hair. Sure.
The hair under your latex fingers feels cold to touch. Wet.
Stroke his hair gently. Sure.
The stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair start sticking to the latex of the glove, like thread off a rag doll's head.
Probably gonna take body damage again if we keep doing that. I don't know why we do that. Feels weird, so we're just gonna write it down now.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Is he gonna say, no, that shit was high velocity, man, I fucked him up?
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max.
Uh-huh.
Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation.
Write it down, but it meant for high velocity. Yeah.
Ligature mark.
The lieutenant produces a small folding knife. With the other hand, pulling on the belt, he starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut.
The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Oh yeah, I'm prepared. Pet the chain cutters. Good thing we got these chain cutters. Pull out the rubber-gripped cutters. I'm prepared.
The hanged man lets out a joyous little bubble of rot from his nose.
Ugh. Good thing we got these chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now,
he points to the rope squeezing the dead man's neck.
we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
You do it. I don't have any precision nor strength.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
My pig.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Oh no, 17%. Yes, I'm Kuno's pig, I agree. I'm not your pig, Kuno. Look for a good spot to cut. Or just cut it. I'm not gonna talk to them. Look for a good spot to cut.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east.
So how do I get out of here? I have physical instrument clothes. What's that? Yeah, physical instrument. Okay, I can't find anything online about that. The homie in the comments said that if I have a skill point, I can get out of that. I don't know if they fixed that with all these updates, the last updates that they did. Like, I don't know even when, it's been a while. So we can't actually wear our physical interaction gloves. Or I think it was gloves. I think we had more to do that now. So we're just gonna go with this rule. You can't get past it. You gotta do it. So physical instrument, 17%.
You jam the cutters right under the knot. That seems like a smart idea. Yeah, somewhere there. Already they're buried deep in the man's flesh. Then you rotate them to get a better hold.
Then rotate some more, enough, cut some, fuckity fuck. Cut some.
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck that faggoty. Corpse fucking time.
God.
Told you my pig was hardcore.
I should have a go first.
Yeah.
I think I have a strategy.
No, give them back. I was just about to cut it off. Yeah, let him work.
He sinks the cutters into the knot, preparing to perform the cuts, with his elbow to his knee for precision. Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
Here.
He hands you the chain cutters back and then kneels closer to the body, running his finger along the dog red groove until he comes to a gap.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck, on the nape. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia...
Oh no. He pulls down the man's underpants. These two are gonna go wild.
No! It's gonna happen, see!
I fucking knew it!
This is clearly what they've been waiting for, ever since the autopsy began. The lieutenant is trying to make it as boring as possible.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Does it look like he was enjoying his moment of death? It's I guess it's about his erotic asphyxiation thingy that we thought might be the case. I don't even know where we got that. I think because he was smiling. Inspect the genitals, write it down, and move on. Inspect the genitals.
The dead man's penis is average-sized, congested from the downward collection of blood. The testicles are uneven in length, hanging underneath. The genitalia is greenish. Marbling is present around the crotch.
Greenish, huh? Do we go for this? I guess we do. Does it look like he was enjoying this moment of death?
Yes, your hunch before. We can have a semen analysis requested from processing, if that's what you meant.
Yes, processing, science. That's what I meant. No, I was trying to get a psychic read. So, processing.
Just write down that we request an analysis.
The corpse with his pants down does not have an opinion on the subject. All he has is genitals and a deathly odor.
Write it down, add semen sample.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin. Last item, hands.
He takes the man's right hand in his, inspects it, then moves on to the other hand. Pick up the hand, let the lieutenant work alone. Pick up the hand.
His flesh is cold, icy.
Pleased to meet you. Where are you from and what's your name?
My name is...
I'm only fucking with you. I know where you're from. From Cappadocia. And your name is Il Corbo. What can I do you for, Il Corbo di Cappadocia?
It's good to hold your hand. Did you like it when I stroked your hair? Jesus, yeah?
I did, Corbo. I did. Reminded me of when I was just a small boy, before this happened to my face and my body. You did me a kindness there. We should do this more often. Be close like this, I mean.
Jeez.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling.
The dead man's fingers slipped from your hand, cold and sausage-like. Were we expecting any injury?
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment.
So if he wasn't struggling, this again kinda a little bit points to that erotic asphyxiation thing, if he actually enjoyed dying here. But, you know, it still doesn't match with everything else. The whole context of what's going on here and why he died. Write it down.
Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
He turns to the side to breathe. It's not enough. He buries his face in the sleeve of his jacket. You hear a muffled voice. Internal examination.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
If I may add the moral of the story. Sure.
What would that be?
He looks at you inquisitively.
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
The brain is very vulnerable to compromises in its blood supply.
I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer.
I know. The lieutenant grins.
Thank you for lightening his mood. It's hard down there.
Nice. I write NA.
Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous.
Jesus, that's so fucking disgusting. Ugh.
Yeah, jack that fucker up!
Thanks for lightening the mood.
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Respiratory system.
Back hunched as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are used.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
From here, it looks as though the clown-faced man is screaming. The tendons of his jaw are torn apart, hyoid, ripped from the force of the lieutenant's hands.
Look inside the dead man's mouth. Is that gonna hurt my morale?
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his.
I don't expect to find anything in there. We don't want to go for this weird psycho type of shit, so we're not gonna look deeper. Write it down.
Hepatobiliary, NA.
Why? Don't we have anything?
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
He looks at the corpse's stomach with a mixture of tiredness and disgust. I don't think so.
Neither am I.
And that's it?
That's it.
Alright.
Same for toxicology and serology, NA.
Both?
Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there?
I guess not.
Reservoirs? No, but do they take obscure trivia and odd tidbits?
What is obscure tidbits and odd trivia fit the field? The completionist in me wonders if there's something we could still do. Would obscure tidbits help?
No.
And the completionist?
We already have one test as per regulation, and we already requested semen.
Pigs requested semen like it's no big deal.
Jeez.
I'm not even interested in these boring mulkus anymore. I haven't sucked him off or anything.
Yes, better to leave it at that. More important. Can we change it to toxicology? Seems prudent. Why? First one.
Leave it NA, then. Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging. Gastrointestinal.
He breathes a sigh of approaching relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around to the ground at the pool of feces there.
This will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
He touches the corpse's bloated lower abdomen briefly. Write it down, omit the voila. Write it down, keep the voila. Keep it.
What's next on the list?
Description of injuries.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
What about the injuries we have inflicted? Bite marks, contusions, ligature mark. What's the 4th injury field for? Finish the autopsy would be this, so we're not going to pick that. What about the injuries we inflicted?
Oh, so we inflicted them?
Did I do that? I can't remember. Yeah, I pulled on him. Okay, I have inflicted.
Okay, so there's an incision on the thorax from a chain cutter.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mention it. Better not to muddy the waters.
I feel like I want to mention it. I agree, the waters are muddy enough, but isn't that sloppy? We don't want things to point to us, so I guess we omit it.
See? These pigs are fucking corrupt.
Why don't you fuck him if you love him so much?
What the hell?
Now, injuries.
Bite marks.
Head, chest and scalp bite mark injuries.
Head, chest and
Predation by
scalp.
birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted.
Are these bite marks from birds? Write it down.
And your opinion, officer?
Beneath the description, there are 2 boxes waiting for to be ticked. Opinion, fatal injury, non-fatal, post-mortem. Yeah, I guess so. Bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. I guess so, yeah. I'm going to believe that. Non-fatal, post-mortem.
Agreed. Next injury?
Contusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury. A stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Write it down.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Non-fatal, post-mortem. I mean, there would be a way or an opening here if someone killed him by a head wound to hide that by hiring this kid to throw stones at that dead guy. I don't think that is the case here, but there is an, story-wise, there would be an opening here, which would be cool. But we're gonna go for a non-fatal post-mortem.
Right. Next.
What's the fourth injury field for?
Nothing. Just in case.
Alright. Ligature mark.
A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
That sounds like he was already dead when he was hanged.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible.
So we are inspecting the ligature mark from the belt around his neck. A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck with a gap on the nape measuring 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck. I mean, this has to be the fatal injury here. So I guess we're gonna write that. I wonder what would happen if we don't write. If we write it as non-fatal. What do we say this guy died of? If he didn't claw, that seems, if he's hanged and still alive, he would touch that. And he hasn't been, or there was no signs that his hands have been tied behind his back or whatever. I'm gonna write non-fatal. The lieutenant falls silent abruptly.
He is deep in thought, eyes fixed on the bright red ring around the dead man's neck.
Why do you say that?
I just took a whack in the dark. I'm serious. I don't think this was the injury that killed him.
Okay. Why don't you think it was fatal?
I arrive at this conclusion for the psychic arts. I can't shake the feeling he was doing something else when he died. Why weren't his hands tied? A big man like this, I would tie his hands when marching him to the gallows. There is no reason, it's just a random guess. Yeah, this hints at what I've just said, so yeah.
Honestly, I'm not sure there weren't marks on his wrist.
You analyze them.
Blurry for me. The stench. But you are right, I was ready to call this. Now I think we should leave it empty, at least for the time being. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
First, how did it go?
It was an irregular field autopsy. We did not establish cause of death, which is supposed to be the goal of an autopsy. But, personally, I do not see this as a parameter for success. We requested a test to be run on the genitals. That was the règle. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks if we are lucky. I will not hold my breath.
What else?
We were thorough with the list of injuries too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
What now?
I need a copy of that autopsy form.
Oh no.
Then I will drive him to Faubourg.
Rip out a copy of the autopsy pages.
For processing.
He looks at the dead man one more time, then at the slip of red paper in his hand, then at the corpse again.
He's thinking, did I miss something?
Oh shit. Tell me something, dead man. Try to remove the dead man's boots. Perception legendary. Search the body one more time, thoroughly. Didn't establish probable cause. Let's bag him, take him away. Let the lieutenant take the body away without further examination. No, I don't want to do that. Because I want to take the boots. Shit. Huh? I mean... Perception. It is a white check, so we can leave and do that again. So we don't have to... This would just finish it out and he would carry it away. If we leave, I think he'll stay here. Leave. Okay. Cool. Send victim's body to processing. Yeah, that's a task now. Okay. Cool. Next up, let's check that door back there that we're supposed to check. And we somehow gotta make $10. But we got some shit that we can sell off. Maybe that will give us $10. We got some stuff in here. Not much though. I mean this. We'll see.